Hello, inflatable fans. I hope you're all well. I'm at the community paddle and camp event that I organised. You might have seen the video for that. And today, while I'm here, I'm doing a comparative review of these three SUP Kayak boats, hybrids. That one's not a true SUP kayak in the sense that you can't actually use it as a paddleboard, not effectively. It's more kayak orientated. But the Spinera, or the Brent, as I prefer to call it, and Cassie, the Aqua Marina Cascade, those are designed specifically to be used both ways. In the interest of fairness, I must say I have never used these as paddleboards because that's not my thing. Now, why did I say that the GoPlus isn't really designed as a true hybrid for paddleboarding as well as kayaking? Well, that's simply because that cockpit is very narrow. You can only really get your body in it, and if you were to stand with your feet in it, you wouldn't have much balance and stability, and also there's nothing for your feet to grip onto on there, whereas with the Spinera it actually shows you where to put your feet. There are some foot markers, you've got the stability from the side of the boat to brace yourself against, and that cockpit is wider. And more so with the Cassie here, the Cascade, it's got all this grippy stuff in that you get on traditional SUPs. You can stand at the back or you can stand with your feet on either side. So that's a true hybrid. The whole reason I've got three of these is because I bought that expecting it to be rubbish. And out of all the boats I've got, that one has surprised me the most. In terms of flexibility, the things you can do with it, what it'll handle, yeah, surprised me the most. And so I liked it so much, I thought, well, I'll buy one that's slightly dearer, hence buying the Spinera. And then I thought, well, there's only one more of this style really available in the UK, which is this one. So that's why I ended up with that one. Another design feature you might have noticed is there's two chambers. There's a main body chamber and then you've got a floor chamber. And all three of them are designed the same way. This is still losing air even now. The cockpit is now totally full of water. As long as I don't do anything sudden, I shouldn't fall off. If I was in choppy water, that might be a bit more of a challenge. In terms of length, the Spinera SK10 is slightly shorter, as you can see there. And the Aqua Marina might be an inch or two longer than the GoPlus, but there's not an awful lot in that. What I would say though, and it's apparent when you look down here, I think you can see that the SK10, the Spinera, is wider. And the way I've often described that is, it's got wide hips, because it is wider, well, at the hips. Looking at the proportions of these from the rear, the GoPlus does have a very large back chamber. The Spinera is just a little bit shorter, and the Aqua Marina is a hugely long back chamber, but it's just a little bit narrow. It just tapers that bit further in. I think you can see that there. Things that I've done with these boats: been camping and kayaking with this one and the GoPlus, and they are both very good at carrying loads at the back. It's just so easy to stack stuff at the back and lash it on. I've also done a cycling kayaking trip with this, with the bike lashed to the back. This one I haven't done any of those with, and the reason for that is just not the biggest fan of the boat, in all honesty. However, what I have done with this is I have been down the River Don, whitewater, grade 1/2 whitewater with this, and well, this is the first paddling through ice. Oh god, that doesn't sound good at all. Oh, it was bloody good, bloody good. Yeah, it handled that really well, and it felt really stable on the water, and it was a fun outing, that one. If you haven't seen the video, you might enjoy it. In terms of tracking, all three of them track and glide really nicely. Although I do feel as though the snub nose of the Spinera does contribute to it being slower. That may or may not be true. I actually haven't tested these for speed against each other. And in terms of tracking, what you've got on the ironing board is a single skeg. On the Brent, twin skegs, one there and one closer to the front. And on Cassie, twin skegs, one at the back and one more at the midpoint. And in that respect, I do feel as though they've got it wrong. And the reason I think they've got it wrong is, and I ended up cutting a skeg and shortening it and making it more round for that front. Because if you want to nose the boat up somewhere onto a bank or something and you've got a long skeg, it kind of stymies you. Which is why I think the more central skeg, out of the two skegs, is a better idea. Although I also have rounded that one down too for similar reasons, and also I just don't feel it needs two long skegs. Sorry about the aeroplanes, we are by an airfield. What I find with the GoPlus, even though it's a single skeg, it doesn't affect the tracking at all. In terms of design flaws, what the GoPlus doesn't have is any carry handles on the side. So I did install one on the centre board here. In terms of design flaws on this one, the bungee cord was actually at the back, so I stuck some mounts on the front so I could move the bungee cord to the front. And also, I do not like these square, they're not D-rings, square rings. I don't like them. And the reason I don't like them is because everything pulls against them. No matter where you are, if you're on here, this is pulling against it. It just doesn't fit. It works holding the handle in place, but when you come, you can see what I mean, can't you? It's just going to pull against the fabric there. Bad design. In terms of design flaws here, you know what? There's nothing I've not been happy with. In case you haven't gathered, the Cassie is my favourite boat, and that's why this one will be staying, and these two I'm going to sell on. For me, what sets these apart from other inflatable kayaks is their sheer stability. You might have seen the rocker test that I did with this. Let's chuck it in. I mean, there's more water in the boat now. Cards on the table. This one ain't going over. Bags are in. Can you see the amount of water in the boat? Right, this boat is actually full now of water. I might have done one with the Brent, I'm not sure. Don't need to do one with any of the other boats really, because once you've done one with this, you just know it's stable. And I tried to tip the boat over with me in it, and yeah, wasn't having any of it. Now that's not to say you can't have an accident and tip it the boat. You know, if you put all your weight on one of the sides, it'll go over. It will go over. But for general use and knocking about on the water, it takes a real lot to tip one of these. But I haven't stability tested. I haven't worried about stability testing this. It's the same width as the that, and you know, there's just no need. But yeah, that does for me make these really brilliant boats, especially for beginners, but also if you just want to leisure paddle down the river. They're not the fastest boats because they're not sleek and streamlined, but speed isn't everything. It's about comfort, and it's about enjoying the surroundings and that kind of thing. There's different types of paddler, and these, yeah, they are really good. They are really good for just lounging around on the water. So as I say, that's my favourite. That one's staying. What do you think? Which one do you think your favourite might be? In terms of spends, cheapest, dearer than you might expect, dearest out of the three. However, what you get with a Cassie far outweighs any of these. This comes with nout. All you get is the boat. That comes with a rather naff paddle and a rather naff pump, but at least you get those. They all come with repair kits. This, well, you get the seat, obviously. There's also an attachment there, point all the way around for you to attach a spray skirt, which you get with the boat. You get a paddle and you get a pump. No brainer, right? That's what makes that one for me worth the money, is the accessories that come with it and the build quality. It's just really well made. It feels tough and robust. This one, yeah, it certainly feels a better build quality than this. But I tell you what, in terms of value, the GoPlus is a real winner. I paid 240 quid for that, and I got that on a best offer deal on eBay. I think they're going now on Amazon for about $299. I'll put some links in the comments and description. I think I paid about 550 for that, can't quite recall, somewhere in that area. And this, I got this on an offer. It was about 500, something along those lines. 499, 500, can't quite remember. I waited till it was on offer. Well, I caught it when it was on offer and I bought it. Is there anything you want to know about these? If there is, by all means ask in the comments, and I always try to reply to all the comments that I get. Now, I have asked some of these reprobates if they want to take these boats on the water and give them a trial and let me know what they think to all three, do some comparisons for me, and I'll include that footage in this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this, you know what to do about liking and subscribing the video, all that kind of stuff. You take care of yourself. Thanks for watching. Cheerio. Grandad's just trying out the Brent. It's flying quite fast at the minute. What do you think?
Very comfy.
Yeah.
Very comfy.
Yeah. They're a nice paddle out there, and they're just so stable on water.
I'd like to try it in high wind.
Yeah.
Because I reckon how low down they are in the water, it won't be effective.
You do, but not as bad.
Not as bad.
Yeah, I've been out on the GoPlus in high wind on Pocklington Canal, and you do get blown around a bit, but not as bad.
I mean,
but you can see why I struggle in the more rocky boats after being in those.
yeah, if this is what you're used to, this don't go anywhere, does it? You know what I mean? It's solid.
Yeah. No, you'd struggle to tip it. Grandad's out in the GoPlus. Dave's in the Cascade. Nun's Chuff's out in the Brent. What do you think of it, Steve, in terms of stability?
Right, pretty solid and stable, isn't it?
Yeah.
Feels secure.
Yeah, they ain't going anywhere. How are you getting on?
Yeah, it's alright. Pretty stable.
What about you, Grandad?
I'm doing fine. Have you bumming along?
Which one do you prefer so far out of the GoPlus and the...
That's really safe, to be honest.
they're much of a muchness, aren't they?
Yeah.
So, can the Cassie take a load of weight? Well, I'm on the back.
Hello.
To say that I'm on the back of this boat, it's not dipping much in water. You know, it's not like it's coming off at top.
Front end's out at water though.
Yeah. Yeah, front end's out.
Yeah.
I think you can see that over Dave's shoulder there. You won't be able to see the angle of it, but... Yep, it's definitely Christmas. Oh dear, I've lost my tree. Oh no!